19 in a very, very interesting game. A lot to talk about on both sides of the ball for both teams, honestly, because I think both teams have a lot of big decisions to make in the next little bit. To start, I want to say the game started exactly how I expected to. The Bills getting their ground game going, which I thought was going to be the way that they won this game, was developing their, rhythm on the ground, which they kind of have struggled with. I don't want to say that they've been bad, but James Cook has not been to the level he was at the beginning of the season. So him getting back with 116 yards and a touchdown in this Houston game, I think was very, very important for them, especially with no Ray Davis touches in the backfield, only Ty Johnson getting 2 rushes outside of him. They really relied on James Cook, and with that first quarter touchdown, shaken not stirred 518, if you are here in stream, you would know I did say James Cook first quarter touchdown was going to happen. Now, mind you, I thought they were going to win the game, but I did say that was going to happen. Those were my big predictions, so I'm happy to see that, although interesting. Yeah, we'll talk. We're going to get to that kind. So I'm not gonna lie. After the first quarter, it felt like this was gonna be a game that Buffalo kind of controlled majority of the game. But that second quarter, I want to give a big shout out to not only Davis Mills but D'Amico Ryan. I've been really, really impressed with Davis Mills. Okay, but I've been really, really impressed with David Mills since he comes in. He really doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He continues to extend plays in the pocket way more than he should with how bad this offensive line is. But my biggest takeaway from this game was there was a lot of 3rd and short, 4th and short situations that Houston was giving Woody Marks the ball and saying, yo, you got to get these yards against Buffalo's run defense. And he was trudging through some of these plays, man. Like, he had a couple 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2s that he got hit before when he should have gone down. Like before even the line of scrimmage, and he kept that shoulder up, kept his feet moving. I was really, really impressed with the Houston Texans. Yeah, with Woody Marks, with the Houston Texans, just no fear mentality against this Buffalo Bills team, who just dropped 44 points last week, with Josh Allen scoring 6 touchdowns. And man, it was really, really impressive to see them have no fear on a lot of those play calls, run the ball on 3rd and shorts, run the ball on 4th and shorts. I just honestly didn't expect it out of what I thought has been one of the worst rushing offenses in all of football this year. And not just that, one of the worst offensive lines in all of football this year. Really, really impressed what I saw from the Houston Texans, specifically in that second quarter when they were able to get Christian Kirk really involved. Jaden Higgins had that one touchdown that should have been even more. It should have been a touchdown, but he didn't get his feet down. And then obviously he got the one right after that. Could have been a touchdown though. Jaden Higgins, those are the plays you work your whole life for. Not to get that left foot down kind of sucked. As for the Buffalo Bills, Keon Coleman once again was a healthy scratch from this game because of the fact that they didn't feel as though they needed him after last week's incredible offensive performance. And obviously he didn't play last week because he was actually suspended from the team last week. But this week they continued to have him be a healthy scratch. What I thought was interesting was he was a healthy scratch, and they gave a red zone fade route to Gabe Davis, which means you took a first-round pick, right? Not even 3 years ago. You used a first-round pick on a guy that is supposed to be your red zone threat, supposedly was going to take this huge jump this year. If you guys remember that game 1 against Baltimore, he had a fantastic game, mossed the Baltimore defender to win them that game. And yet he has been horrible since then. So shout out to Khalil Shakir for having a big game. He kind of played that slot role. He had a bad game the past couple weeks, but man, 8 catches, 110 yards. He was the only guy on that passing game that really brought any threat. No Dalton Kincaid has really hurt them. I really, really was surprised when I saw Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis getting a lot of red zone targets that I was like, man, they could use a Keon Coleman. They could use a Keon Coleman in certain situations. But this Bills offense looked very, very stagnant after that first drive. I thought they looked very good on that first drive. They ran the ball well. They had that, what was it? Yeah, then they just, kicked field goals all game? Felt like they just kicked field goals basically all game. I was very surprised. I thought Buffalo was going to win this game, but man, the Houston Texans defense. I know I'm 5 minutes into this recap and I haven't said anything about them. Whether it's Danielle Hunter on one side, Will Anderson on the other side. That dude Tim Settle in the middle. Sheldon Rankins in the middle. Derek Barnett in the middle. Mario Edwards in the middle. They kept rotating through their guys. You could literally see it would be like second down to third down. It's like second and long. Bills don't convert a big play. It goes to third and long. And the Texans have 4 brand new, fresh legs running out onto that field for those third downs. And you could see it. You could see how energized that defense was the whole game, how fatigued the Buffalo Bills offensive line got to eventually. It was really, really, really impressive what that Texans defensive line did yesterday. And not just that, I thought the linebackers did a great job in that second unit of the front seven. Azeez Al-Shahir had that great tip that led to the interception for Lassiter. Overall, I was so impressed with that Houston Texans defense, specifically that front seven. The rotations that they made throughout it was really, really impressive. Everyone early on in stream, welcome Ryan O'Toole.
What up?
He's back. How you been, my friend?
Christ. Good. Losing my mind.
I believe it.
Losing my mind. Go ahead, I don't want to interrupt.
No, you're good. I was just talking. The Texans defense looked very good all day. The running defense for the Bills continues to be a problem.
Yep.
They could not.
Right up the middle. You could go right up the middle on that team.
And they were getting the contact, which was bothering me the most, was that they were getting the contact that as a coach you would want the initial contact to be. They just weren't ever finishing the play with the tackles. Woody Marks was able to run through them on what I was saying, like the third and shorts. I swear there was like multiple 3rd and 2 opportunities that I thought the Bills could get big stops on. They'd run up the middle on like a shotgun run to Woody Marks, which never normally works. It didn't work for like the Packers or the Eagles in recent weeks. And yet Woody Marks was just putting that shoulder down and getting the first down. I was so impressed with him. Davis Mills has been fantastic. He doesn't turn the ball over. And if you're not going to turn the ball over against a team like the Bills, it's going to give you a much better chance when you have the number 1 ranked defense in football to back you up on, because the Bills had chances. Bills at the end of this game had a lot of chances to win this game. And
please. I don't want to hear the talk about, they don't have wide receivers or anyone to throw to after last night. I don't want to hear that at all.
Interesting.
Back what you were saying, too, about Woody Marks. I mean, this whole thing with Buffalo, you go right up the middle on them, you can do whatever you want. The whole knock on Houston, and rightfully so, was their offensive line was garbage.
Terrible.
And it's still not that great.
No, it wasn't really good yesterday.
But Buffalo has major issues up front defensively. Major issues.
And
major issues.
Always right in the world.
Always right.
Major issues. And I watched this. Listen, I'd say Denver has the best defense. Houston's right there defense. They are right there. They are animals on that. Will Anderson is, dude, he's
incredible.
He's amazing.
Danielle Hunter, by the way,
100%.
is like, I can't believe he's still going.
And
like
that's
this.
why I was impressed with Cook, because Cook had a major game last night for them. You have to have. Cook always eats on these teams that have cornerbacks and safeties that can't tackle. That's where he'll destroy, because he just gets to the outside. That's what he does.
Gets that second unit and will
He
cook
still
you.
did, but no one else could do anything on the Bills yesterday. Shakir actually had a nice night.
Yeah.
But statistically,
Shakir also had
he had the big fumble. He had the big fumble.
He also had the big fumble, and that is also a little skewed because if you remember the lateral play that happened, which, mind you, may have saved Sean McDermott from getting fired, I feel like, because if that doesn't happen and you give them the ball back after going for it, that was, mind you, great play. Great play design. I thought everything went great, but to see them have that, and then you have the momentum after converting a 4th and 27 lateral play, and then still going 3 and out on that next 3 plays because the defensive line was just dominating the Buffalo Bills offense. I was so impressed with what I saw from Houston, and I got to give credit. Davis Mills' movement in the pocket is, I hate to say it, guys, it is tiers above what we were seeing from C.J. Stroud at the beginning of the season. C.J. was so stiff in the pocket. He was standing still. He was not moving around. He wasn't evading the pressure. I agree that the offensive line is very bad. But
terrible. And Davis Mills missed some easy passes in this game that, honestly, the way this game went, obviously you had the missed extra point right at the beginning for Buffalo. This game shouldn't have even been close.
I thought so too.
I really think Houston should have won this game by at least 10 points. I really do. Is like the way this played out. I was just, I knew their defense was good, but their offensive line stood up last night. And when you can run the ball on a team, what was the time of possession in this game?
It had to be ridiculous compared, because I remember seeing, there was, if we go to drives, let's see, here's a 6-minute drive. In the second half specifically, the Bills only had 3 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute fumble, 5-minute drive, which they didn't even score on.
Yeah.
3-minute drive, they got the field goal, and then obviously the interception that ended the game.
But go up to the team stats. Right there, yeah. I want to just see the time of possession in this game.
Possession time. Texans actually had it less.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like Buffalo can't, dude. They can't. They got issues, man. Buffalo has legitimate issues. This team, like, they're not the same as they've been the last couple of years. They're just not. Getting Gabe Davis back, I think that's nice, but it's like that's not going to solve any issue. That's
also,
not really going to solve.
No
any
offense,
issue.
when I watched the Gabe Davis plays out there,
8 sacks for 70 yards lost. I don't give a shit if Joe Montana's your quarterback. It's going to be hard to win that. It's going to be so tough to win that game. No. 70 yards lost on 8 sacks.
And compared to, mind you, 0.
Yeah, and
compared to 0.
Exactly. And those were sacks last night.
Yeah.
They were hitting Josh Allen.
He got
that first hit where he went down on his wrist, I thought that was like tragic, honestly. Lucky for him it wasn't, but man, he was getting hit. And he threw some bad interceptions last night too. It's like I don't want to hear about his wide receivers and stuff like that. I mean,
it did bother me, I will say, though, watching the Gabe Davis. The Gabe Davis got a red zone target, and I believe Josh Palmer also got a red zone target. And it just, to me, was like, it's not in the wrong of Keon Coleman to an extent, but it's like, man, this is what you spent a first-round pick to take a guy for that moment to do the red zone stuff.
Sleeping through.
But that's what I'm saying. How are you going to take a first-round pick that's supposed to be that guy and then sit him after? Because the reason they said they sat him is because they did so well offensively last week without him.
I don't believe that. I think it has to.
I agree. There's got to be something more internal.
It has to be discipline. There's no way. Because they know, listen, it can't just be Ryan and Hunter realizing there's issues. There's no way Brady and Sean McDermott, they know there's issues there. And also, did Spencer Brown come back into this game last night? Because he got hurt at the end.
No, I remember that too, yeah.
You know,
Dawkins, though, got killed all game long. I got to say it. Dawkins I love Deion Dawkins, great human being, great.
It could have happened to anyone last night the way Houston played, though. It could have happened because Buffalo has an awesome offensive line. That is one thing. That is one strong suit what Buffalo really does.
Really, their run offensive line's always been great.
Throw guys around, no doubt about that. But they had, he did. You're right. He got took to the cleanest. Will Anderson was incredible last night. And I mean, another thing too, an absolute granted it was a penalty, but the block in the back on the pick six,
God, it was so unnecessary. And also what bothered me too is it looked like the guy almost turned his back to him and then he was so.
I knew right when I saw it.
I saw it too. I immediately, yep. And it bothered me too. It bothered me so much because he was so out of the play.
I know.
The dude was
He's
just
like 6 yards away.
It made me so mad too because the dude was like turning to push him in a block, and then he turned his back to him, and I was like, oh no shot, they're gonna call that.
So stupid.
And they didn't even score, right? They got a field goal, I believe, out of that because they only got 3 out of it.
A field goal too. They took a sack. I mean, even after it was like they got the points, but it was like
could have been 17.
Well, the momentum was exactly. They should have been much long, But that cornerback who had the tipped interception.
Lassiter.
Yeah, I mean they got some
Kamari Lassiter, Caden Bullock.
Yeah,
both of those two were absolutely incredible.
I see his name every week where I'm like, shout out to Koa and all our Polynesians out there. I go, but they got some bad dudes on defense, dude. Yeah. They're legit. I was going crazy where at the end of the first half, they almost blew the whole clock on the first. Just total miss. I'm like, D'Amico Ryans, I know you got a backup quarterback in there. You got to they wasted 3 timeouts where they could have had easy, and they ended up scoring the touchdown at the end of the half. They left no.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, it kind of worked out for them in that regard, but I thought they just wasted timeouts, man.
Yeah.
But Woody Mox was super good. I mean, dude, the thing is, again, I think Woody Mox is better than what people give him. Now you got to look at them too. They're 6-5.
I was going to say
they're 6-5 with that defense.
And I saw people saying on the TV this morning.
Go to their remaining.
Dude,
schedule.
Jacksonville does not. Trevor Lawrence does not want to see this defense.
No one wants to see this.
I know they've already played twice, but
2 great road games for them coming up at Indianapolis.
Colts and Chiefs.
I can't wait for those. Oh, that's going to be 12-7. That's a Sunday nighter then.
Yep.
That's going to be a great game.
Yep. And then they got honestly a nice little home stretch. Cardinals, Raiders to get themselves a couple more wins to get themselves confident going into the Chargers and the Colts. Yeah, of course you would think, but shout out Houston for what looked like they were going to be after the first 3 weeks. People were counting this team out, and they fought, man. They have fought back, and I huge shout out to Davis Mills. He's really been He's been better than CJ, and I hate to say it, but he really has been this year. He has been a much more efficient quarterback, a much more poised in the pocket quarterback, and a more mobile quarterback.
You're going to need more than, at some point, though, you're going to need more than 150 yards. I know that defense is phenomenal, but you can't do that every week. You can't.
Not against the Colts and the Chiefs the next 2 weeks. I don't think so. But I think CJ Stroud will be coming back, I believe.
Yeah.
Because the Thursday night game, obviously, it was a rushed week, so I don't think he was going to play this week.
Next week, they had a big
It's the Colts
in Indianapolis. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I do believe CJ will be healthy for that game.
Man, I was so impressed with their defense. I mean, it helped the Patriots out tremendously.
Huge, yeah, huge.
I saw your text late. I got all the texts late. I'm like, I didn't really use my phone. I would have picked Buffalo in this game.
Oh yeah.
But I would have. Gambling wise, in all my pools, I had Houston +6. I thought this was going to be like a field goal game, but I thought Buffalo was going to be on the other side of that. Another thing with Buffalo, I feel like people haven't talked about. I know Matt Prater's been all right, but Tyler Bass, say what you want about him. The guy's a really good kicker, and they haven't had him all year.
Yep.
They haven't had him all year. Cole Bishop's really improved as a player too for Buffalo. Cole Bishop is he is killing guys out there, dude. He's awesome. But they don't have enough defensively up front.
Unfortunately, Joey Bosa is not the answer for what they are trying to do.
2019,
Joey Bosa has 14 tackles, 4 sacks. I mean, man,
it's like, but you know what though? This is like a reoccurring thing with it's like if it's not Joey Bosa, it's Von Miller. If it's not, it's these aging guys. It's like. And missing on this, this Keon Coleman thing right here. If they get nothing out of Keon Coleman here, I think they're gonna end up moving on from after the season.
Got to.
Yeah, and it's like.
And it bothers me too because I think back to the trade packages of everyone saying who could get Myles Garrett. It's like if you put Myles Garrett on this Bills team for 3 first-round picks, we are having different conversations right now about what Buffalo is going to look like come playoff time.
I think they'd be favored to go to the Super Bowl. If you just added Myles Garrett. I think they would be the favorites in the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. I would take them over Kansas City, the Chiefs, the Patriots, anyone. If you put them on this team, if you put Myles Garrett on this team, without a doubt.
Fun recap of last night's game, though. Very fun game overall. It was exciting to see. Just the Texans' defense was awesome to watch, especially that fourth quarter when the Bills were driving down. It was so funny too because they had that 4th and 27 play, but outside of that play. Every single play looked like the Houston Texans were completely disrupting them. Every single play, Josh Allen was scrambling around. He was trying to figure out what to do. I will say having no Dalton Kincaid, too, clearly makes an impact because they really, really need that tight end route runner threat and safe. Josh Allen, I know Khalil Shakir has been the guy for a while, but it feels like he still is really, really missing something on this offense. And it is Kincaid, obviously Keon not playing. But yeah, I got to give the biggest shout out to Woody Marks. I thought he played his butt off with some of those
third and shorts.
Third and shorts.
They gave him the fourth down.
They gave him the fourth down. I was like, man, that was, and he just put his shoulder down, kept his feet moving. It's super, super impressive.